The Children of Loki, a mythological deep dive. In the vast expanse of Norse mythology, there lies an eternal dance between order and chaos, creation and destruction. Central to this cosmic narrative is Loki, the enigmatic trickster god who sows both mischief and mayhem across the 9 realms. Known for his cunning and unpredictability, Loki's significance often extends far beyond his deeds. His progeny, the Children of Loki, embody forces that shape the fates of gods and men alike. They are not just characters in myth, but symbols of inevitability, transformation, and cosmic balance. In this episode, we are diving deep into the fascinating, fateful stories of Loki's children. Who are they? What do their myths reveal about Norse beliefs? And why, even now, do they ignite our imaginations? Let us begin this journey into the shadowy depths of Loki's lineage. Before meeting Loki's infamous offspring, we need to understand the man, or rather the god, himself. Loki breaks the mold of divine figures. He isn't inherently good or evil, but exists outside the binary, embracing chaos and deception as his tools. He is sometimes a companion of the Aesir, sometimes their bitter enemy. While accepted as a blood brother of Odin and a companion to Thor, Loki's actions lead to mistrust and eventually his imprisonment after his catastrophic role in the death of Baldur. Loki's cunning extends to his romances, partnerships, and shape-shifting escapades, laying the groundwork for his extraordinary offspring. For better or worse, his children are as unique as their father, embodying both his defiance of convention and his legacy of disorder. 3 of Loki's most infamous children were born to Angerboda, a giantess whose name means the bringer of anguish. From this union sprang creatures that would alter the trajectory of fate itself. The gods, fearful and wary, acted swiftly upon learning of their births, but their efforts to control destiny only escalated chaos. It is through Angerboda that Loki fathered Fenrir, Jörmungandr, and Hel, 3 figures whose presence in Norse mythology resonates with foreboding and inevitability. Let's meet each one and explore their stories, destinies, and roles within the mythological tapestry. Fenrir, the eldest of Loki's children with Angerboda, is no ordinary wolf. From the moment of his birth, he struck fear into the hearts of the gods. Fenrir grew at an alarming rate, quickly becoming too powerful to ignore. The gods, sensing the threat he posed, devised a plan to contain him. Fenrir was brought before the Aesir under the guise of a game. The gods challenged him to break a series of chains, each stronger than the last. Confident in his strength, Fenrir snapped the chains with ease until the gods procured a magical ribbon called Gleipnir, crafted by dwarves. Made of impossible materials like the breath of a fish and the sound of a cat's footsteps, Gleipnir appeared fragile but was unbreakable. Sensing deception, Fenrir agreed to be bound only if one of the gods placed a hand in his mouth as a pledge of good faith. It was Tyr, the god of war and law, who made the ultimate sacrifice, placing his hand in Fenrir's jaws. When the wolf realized he had been betrayed, he bit off Tyr's hand, solidifying his hatred for the gods. Bound and muzzled, Fenrir was left to rage in captivity, his howls an ominous reminder of what was to come. Fenrir's story does not end there. Prophecy foretells that during Ragnarok, the wolf will break free, wreaking devastation upon the world. He is destined to devour Odin himself before being slain by Odin's son Vidar. Fenrir's tale is one of betrayal, vengeance, and ultimate reckoning, a symbol of forces too wild to be tamed. The second child of Loki and Angerboda, Jörmungandr, takes the form of a colossal serpent known as the World Serpent. According to myth, Jörmungandr was cast into the seas by the Aesir, hoping to rid themselves of his growing power. Yet, rather than destroying him, they unknowingly allowed him to grow even mightier. Jörmungandr became so vast that he encircled Midgard, the realm of humanity, entirely, grasping his tail in his mouth. His presence bridged the gap between chaos and the natural forces of the earth and sea. Jörmungandr's existence was a constant reminder of the delicate balance between destruction and creation. The world serpent's fate is intertwined with Thor, the god of thunder. Prophecy states that the two are destined to face each other during Ragnarok, their mutual destruction sealing the fate of the cosmos. Jormungandr's venom will fatally wound Thor, who will strike the serpent dead with his hammer, Mjolnir, before succumbing to poison. Jormungandra's role in the myth captures the inescapable nature of chaos within the natural world, a serpent that waits patiently for the end. Hel, the third child of Loki and Angerboda, is perhaps the most haunting of Loki's offspring. She was said to be half living and half dead, with one side of her visage appearing as a beautiful woman and the other as a decaying corpse. Her macabre appearance was matched by her grim destiny. Odin cast her into the underworld and granted her dominion over the dead, who did not die in valorous battle, such as those who passed away from sickness or old age. Hel presides over a realm that shares her name, Helheim, a cold, misty underworld far removed from the glory of Valhalla. However, Hel is not depicted as evil. Rather, she fulfills an essential role in Norse cosmology, representing the inevitability of death and providing a place for the souls of the dead to rest. During Ragnarok, it is said that Hel will unleash an army of the dead to march against the gods, further solidifying her role as a steward of power and destruction. As a character, Hel reflects the duality of acceptance and fear that mankind holds toward death, an inescapable part of existence and the ultimate equalizer. While Fenrir, Jormungandr and Hel are associated with doom and destruction, Loki's fourth child, Sleipnir, is a unique departure. Born after one of Loki's most bizarre escapades, Sleipnir is the eight-legged steed of Odin, renowned as the fastest and most magnificent horse in existence. The story of Sleipnir begins with a wager. A giant offered to build a wall around Asgard in exchange for the sun, the moon, and the goddess Freya. To prevent the giant from completing his task on time, Loki transformed into a mare and distracted the giant's stallion, Svadilfari. The result of this shape-shifting endeavour was Sleipnir, a creature of unmatched speed and strength. Odin claimed Sleipnir as his steed, and the horse became a loyal companion on many journeys, including descents into the underworld. Sleipnir speaks to Loki's chaotic versatility and creativity, standing as a stark contrast to his other offspring. In mythology, he is a symbol of transformation, adaptability, and the unexpected gifts that arise from chaos. Together, Loki's children weave a compelling narrative of inevitability, chaos, and transformation. Fenrir represents untamed rage and the inevitability of destruction. Jormungandr embodies the natural forces that both sustain and threaten life. Hel serves as a reminder of mortality and the balance between life and death. Sleipnir, as an outlier, symbolizes ingenuity amidst disorder. Each child reflects an aspect of their father's character, while contributing to the broader themes of Norse mythology. They challenge the gods, disrupt order, and remind us that chaos is not only destructive, but also necessary for cosmic balance. Their stories highlight the Norse belief in fate, the idea that some events are inescapable, and that destruction often precedes renewal. At the heart of Loki's children's stories lies the prophecy of Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. Each of Loki's offspring plays a significant role in the unfolding apocalypse. Fenrir kills Odin and is slain by Vidar, Jormungandr battles Thor, and Hel's legions join the final battle. Ragnarok represents the culmination of tension between order and chaos, signalling the end of one cosmic cycle and the beginning of another. This cyclical destruction and rebirth remind us that endings are not solely tragedies, but also opportunities for growth and renewal, reflecting a central theme of Norse mythology. The legacy of Loki's children extends far beyond the ancient myths. Their stories continue to inspire interpretations in literature, art, and popular culture. Fenrir's devastating power, Jormungandr's immense presence, Hel's haunting dominion, and Sleipnir's uncanny abilities have found homes in books, films, and video games, keeping the Norse tales alive in the modern imagination. This enduring fascination speaks to their universal appeal. Loki's children are more than mythical beings. They are symbols of humanity's complexities, fears, and hopes. The children of Loki stand as powerful forces within Norse mythology, embodying chaos, transformation, and balance. Their stories teach us about the inevitability of fate, the necessity of destruction, and the mysteries of creation. Loki, through them, leaves an indelible mark on the mythological landscape, reminding us that even in the face of chaos, there is beauty, meaning, and renewal. As we close this exploration, we invite you to share your thoughts. Which of Loki's children intrigues you most? What lessons do you take from their stories? Let us keep the ancient myths alive by passing them down, much like the Norse skalds once did, ensuring these tales of chaos and destiny endure for generations to come.